Okay, so when I first got on Street Outlaws, the first question I asked is, if I have a problem, who do I talk to? They said, Sam Corcus. The producer, Steve Corcus, said, my brother Sam Corcus, here's his number. So I've been talking to Sam since the day I started that show. And one thing I found real quick was all the guys on the show were scared to death of Chief. And here's why. Everybody thought if Chief snapped his fingers, you were gone. Bam! Show's over. You guys got to understand, a lot of these guys, Jerry did garage doors. All these guys had jobs and they worked, and they worked and they put their heart and their soul in their race cars. This TV show comes along and opens up new avenues for them, and opens up avenues for money that they've never made before. So they didn't want to lose that. I mean, with everything they put into it, they didn't want to lose it. So that's why Chief got away with a lot of the bullshit that he got away with. My goal, because I asked Sam, does this guy, do you really, as a cast member, actually got the power to fire somebody? He said, absolutely not. Why would people think that? And here's why they thought it. Certain things would happen. Chief is not a dummy. He's a master manipulator of all the facts. He gets into it with a producer one time. 2 days later, that producer was gone and a new one showed up. Oh, Chief got him fired. No, Chief didn't get him fired. He got fired for fucking around with one of the other people from the studio and not doing his job. Not doing his paperwork, he didn't get fired for that. It just happened to happen that way. And there were other things that happened like that. Chief never denied it. He never said it was him, but he smiled if you asked him, hey man, what happened? Oh, he just didn't belong here. So all those guys believed that if Chief snapped his fingers, they were gone. And that was my mission, to show every one of those guys, because you guys have no idea what you have to put into that show. Joe Dominator Woods has put everything he's got into it. There's guys that's put their heart and fucking soul into it. All those guys in their own ways, they got their own fucked up, quirky way of looking at shit that I don't agree with. But every one of them, they found fame and they found something that they hadn't had their whole lives. And you got one guy that's up here manipulating all of it. And that was my mission, was to show everybody that he did not have the power to fire anybody. And I got it through their head by going, hey, you guys know he hates my guts. And I wouldn't piss on him if his guts were on fire. Chief tried to fire me once. After the scene you guys seen with my brother, who by the way came up there to keep me from hurting one of them, not from me getting hurt, I promise you. But they made my brother look bad. That was the downfall of a whole bunch of shit, was making my brother look the way they did when all he was up there was trying to protect me from doing something stupid and going back to prison over it. But after that, I called Chief and told him, because he actually, Dominator was going to line my car up, and he got all on Dominator's ass, and Dominator got mad and went to his trailer. I go up there to race Dave. I got nobody line my car up. Guess what, guys? The car was crooked. I left. That was the one I about crashed the fucking car. Because Chief got on Dominator so hard, Dominator was pissed off, wasn't thinking, and just went to his fucking trailer fuming. He didn't leave me hanging on purpose. It's just how it went, because that's what Chief would do. He would twist things and manipulate things and make people think, just like his thing. One time he tells me, I said, well, who do you talk to about something? And he goes, well, you can talk to whoever you need to, but I can't protect you if you do. None of them knew that I'd been talking to Sam since the day I stepped on that show. I knew exactly the only person that could fucking shit can me off that show was Discovery or Pilgrim. Nobody else. So when Chief tells me, when I called him and said, hey dude, I didn't think you were about all that. This is what we got into it about. I said, I didn't think you were about all that bullshit. I said, why'd you fucking say that to Dominator? Blah, 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 blah. And he goes, what? Well, you know what? Thank you for your time. Appreciate what you've done, but this is over. You don't even need to show back up for the next filming. I said, fuck you, motherfucker. You can't fucking fire me. You ain't got the power. I'll call Sam right now. I said, dial them 7 digits, bitch. Don't let nothing stop you. He goes, well, maybe I'll just kick your ass when I see you again. Next thing he heard was me starting my fucking truck. I said, you at your house or you at fucking Midwest Streetcar? I said, I'm on my way. Let's go put off tomorrow what we can do today. And that's what started the war between Chief and I. And I was bound determined. I didn't give a fuck what it done for me. I was going to show all those guys. One person didn't make that show, guys. Every one of those. There's a reason there's never another show like that. Because you're never going to find another Dominator, Monza, God forbid Doc. You're not going to find a Sean Ellington. You're not going to find another Reaper. You're not going to find that cast of guys that makes that a #1 show. But when you have one guy, and it would cause, he would do shit to derail the show on purpose if he didn't get his way. He would turn around purposely. It was supposed to be the whole thing with Cash Days. Top 5 guys go to Cash Days. I was in the fucking 4th spot. Did not get to go to Cash Days. Top 5 guys race out of town. I was in the 4th spot. Never got to race out of town. Because he would manipulate all that. Now, later on in one of these stories, I'll tell you where that all backfired. And I was the one that did it. I made sure that everybody knew. I opened that line of communication up to Sam. Told him, why don't you guys call him? You guys are still scared of Chief, and Chief can't fucking fire you. And every cast member on that show is just as important as the next one. I promise you they lost a lot when Reaper left. But I was sick and tired of the way they made me look. And we'll go more into that shit at another one. This video is over. See you on the next one. 3 and 1.